everyone. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is Best Friends Animal Society. So you can help me help them help the animals in two ways. One, watch my stream and bring your friends. Two, donate directly to the Twitch fundraiser. Method number one works because I make my donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. Today is Friday, which means it's time for Chibi Friday, and I am back to work on this lovely little custom subscriber badge here for Twitch. I can't remember which. I think we just did the 1 year badge, so I don't know what's next, but this is the next slot that I have open. It's going to be little Chibi brown rice in a bowl. So that's what we're going to work on today. Let me get some stuff out. Got my little artist glove so that my hand doesn't stick to my tablet, which is a problem because then your lines can skip. If your hand is sticking to your tablet, then you're like trying to draw a straight line, but then it stops because you're not moving anymore. So anyway, I don't know if I explained that well. I just realized that my tables are weirdly... Oh, it's because this one got pushed or something. I have two tables here set up in an L shape, and for some reason they're all off, as if they got bumped. So I'm going to fix it real quick. I think they must have gotten bumped. Okay. So close. So close. There. Okay. There. Yay. Now you can see my feet walking around by the puppy cams because it's digital work. So that means it's time for puppy cams. Yay! So you can see, I'll try to use my cursor to point within my main screen. Down here on the bottom right, there's Chappy. And here on the top right is Aoife, but it's really hard to set up the Aoife cam because she's totally in shadow. There she is, getting a little scritches. Here's her head is like way over here. So all you can really see is her chest and her paws, and her head is all super tiny far away, but that's the best I can do because I spent 10 minutes trying to get it set up. That's why I'm 10 minutes late, because I really wanted her to be visible. I also have to change the settings on the camera to turn the brightness and contrast way up in order for her to even be visible in all this shadowy part here under my desk. Okay, so let's get started on this. I remember last time we finished cleaning up the lines, and so we just need to start coloring, and I have a reference image I pulled from somewhere online, some random place online. Oh look, here's my own food pictures. I don't need these anymore. I'm gonna delete these. Delete. These are my dinners recently. Alright, here's the brown rice bowl. I'm just gonna open this and drag the layer over here just to be a little reference image for me, mostly to pull the colors from. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like the lighting is all right. I mean, I haven't been making each of these badges exactly the same lighting, so it's fine either way, but actually, let's cut out this extra stuff we don't need. Ooh, I know. I'm gonna use the smart. Let's see, where is it? Under here? Object selection? I think so. Close. Quick selection. Let's try this. There we go. Oh, it's still not that great. Oh, no. It's struggling. Alright, I'll just circle it with the lasso tool. Sometimes that selection stuff from Adobe works really well. Other times, like now, it's pathetic. Okay, pulling my tablet monitor into my lap. I'm just going to get the regular old classic lasso tool and just hand draw. So I just want to cut out that extra white stuff. Don't need that. Whee! Alright, now I have cut mapped here to my remote. I do. Okay, so cut, and then paste is what? This button? Boom! Yay! Okay, so we can delete this one, and this one. We will use the move tool, put in the corner how I wanted. Yeah, perfect. So I'm just going to use that to pull colors. And I think I'll make the base color this bowl. So where's my, I gotta get onto the brush tool, and then I can use Alt to select a mid-tone color. We'll call that good. And let's name this Ref for reference. And we'll leave that gray background layer on for now. And all I want to do is fill this in, and what I usually do is turn size way up, fill it in, and then erase away. The reason I like to do that is sometimes if you just try to color within the lines, you'll end up with little tiny, nearly invisible pixels that are empty, and you won't notice them until way late in the process, maybe even after you're done and you've uploaded it somewhere else, and something about the background, if you're using a ping so that it's a transparent background, which I do intend to use for this, suddenly it becomes really obvious that you've missed those pixels. And it's hard to tell when that'll happen, because sometimes you won't notice forever, because it'll be fine, but then, I don't know, you use it on some light green lime background color, and it's like, oh, there's this empty pixel which makes it look like there's a green speck in my rice or whatever. So that kind of thing is the reason why over the years I've started doing it this way, so that I'm erasing back to the line instead of coloring up to the line, so that there won't be any stray empty pixels inside the drawing. And I know I could just like select the outside of the drawing or something and get rid of this excess color that way using the selection tools. But as I always say, I actually enjoy the physical feeling of erasing this color and watching it go away. It's psychologically and physically satisfying, so I do it the long way on purpose, because I make art because I enjoy it, and Chibi Friday especially is about making something that I enjoy more than anything else, because chibis are so cute. They make me so happy. So that's why I do this in a way that perhaps others would be like, why? Why are you doing it like this? You could save so much time. Yes, I save time, but I lose the satisfaction of erasing. The process itself is rewarding to me, not just the end result. Alright, so that looks pretty good. All I'm going to do is add a quick stroke to the layer. Make sure, see, this is exactly why I did it. As you can see right here, there's this bright green. That means there's some pixels here that I didn't erase. There, I got those, and look around for anywhere where it's really sticking out too. Just try and make it even. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfectly even all around, but yeah, that's good. And there's no more of those really big, completely separate from the image kind of leftover. Oh goodness, I did this on the reference layer. But that's okay. We shall just take this lasso tool. And this time I'm going to use my mouse because I want to use paste in place. So we're going to cut and then edit, paste special, paste in place. I don't have that mapped to my remote, though if I remember that would be a great thing to map to it because I have 4 buttons empty. I actually use that a fair amount. So we're going to call this base color. And I will put in parentheses bowl so that I just remember that that's what it's meant to be, the bowl color. Boom. Okay. Next, so this is super nice because we're just going to have 2 main colors. Then of course the eyes and the blushies. So this will be rice. So maybe I could finish this stream, even though it's a shorter stream than it has been, because I'm going down to 2 hours. I'm really enjoying it. I'm very happy that I decided to go down to 2 hours. But even with going down to 2 hours, since there's only 2 colors, 2 main big areas of color to deal with, I might be able to finish this in a single stream, even missing an hour. Especially since I already did the lines last week, so. Alright, so I've done the same thing here, coloring outside the lines on purpose, but now I can group this or create clipping masks. So this is clipped down to this layer, the base. The rice layer is clipped to the base color layer, and as you can see, that data up here at the top disappeared. Technically the data is still there, but it's not visible because it's clipped to the layer below. But there's still some areas to erase away. So we can zoom in here and do that. And this clipping technique is a time saver. Although I do enjoy stuff like this erasing away, I don't want to spend 20 hours on every chibi or every drawing that's like this. So kind of in the middle, I get enough of this sort of action, but there's also things I can do to limit how much I have to do, so it doesn't become a chore, so that it stays enjoyable. Plus, there's something satisfying about watching those pixels disappear when you clip the layers together, like boom. Oh, magic. These colors look yummy. Just seeing them here. All zoomed in. Just a little tiny bit to go. But let's do the same thing as before and check layer, style, and stroke. Make sure there's no extra. So there's a little bit, it looks like, sticking out over here. And it's especially hard to see it here. Yeah, you can see there is a little bit of this brown color sticking out over the bowl. But it's hard to see because They're very close to each other in color, and it's not that big of a space either. A small area. Oh, and here's some. We don't need that there. Alright, that's good. Throw away the stroke effect. Let's save this. Haven't saved yet today. It's actually much earlier than I usually remember to save. I'm really lucky that Adobe now has a very robust, what do you call it? Like emergency save feature. There's a term for it. Oh well, I can't remember. But if there's a power outage or something, it won't necessarily have the very last thing you did, but it'll definitely have a saved version. Goodness, what's it called? Saved. It's like recall, or no, it's not recall. It's recovery. A recovery file. That if your Photoshop crashes or power goes out or whatever happens, you won't necessarily lose all of your work these days. But it's still better to just remember to save as often as possible. Okay, so that rise looks good. Let's lock those pixels, and we're gonna lock these pixels as well. Because now I think we're just gonna shade. Add shading. And we'll start with the bowl, I guess. Look for... I like to do 2 shadow colors, so this seems like... So here's definitely the darkest. What's this one compared? That's the darkest one. This one is really light. So maybe I'll actually use this color. And with this being, it looks like either a melamine bowl or maybe a stoneware bowl. Either way, I think this time I'm going to go to that lovely textured brush I've been using. Yeah, this Pastel Palooza. Make it real big, but also make the opacity low. I hate how flow always gets turned down. I like flow to be up. Oh, Photoshop, why are you doing this? Why are you flopping around? There you go. It's because I always click on this top bar to get the menu to close, but if I click on the top bar, for some reason it thinks I'm trying to do something with the window. Which I'm not. If I wanted to do something with it, I'd do over here. Oops. I turned on a thing. Ah, what's going on? Oh my god. What did I do? Oh. 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 Wow. I accidentally touched one of the buttons at the top of my tablet and it cycled through the input methods. I did not mean to do that. I was just trying to show that this is the only area really where I would try. I mean, maybe if I click and grab and pull, but if I just tap, it thinks I'm trying to grab it. Anyway, let's shade this. Oh, look at my navigator is all crazy. Oh, it's still crazy. Oh, my image disappeared. Oh, because it got tiny. Oh my gosh, what if I minus this? Wow, Photoshop, what in the heck? Oh! It's still messed up ever since that weird whatever happened. What the heck, dude? Why? Am I gonna have to close Photoshop? Well, I guess I don't have to yet. What the heck, dude? But my little buttons to minus it, they're gone. 85%. Okay, because I wanted to see the reference image. Actually, I wanted smaller than this. 50%. Wow, crazy stuff is happening. Okay. So, using the reference image, as reference. I don't really like how that's got that really hard edge. Maybe, can I make this a soft edge? Nope, hardness is not a choice. Maybe if I make opacity even lower. Man, all because I cycled through by accident. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking this. Turn this. No, I think I can actually just do this. Oh, it's actually lighter most of the way over here. Oh, we've got some shadow on this side. It's super dark over here. Okay, let's try pulling this really dark color. And we'll make the brush smaller. Maybe that's too small. Heck, we'll add a little bit on here too, I think. But let's take the opacity way down, way down. Don't want it to be too much at once. Okay, we can turn the opacity back up for this section. Oh, that's too thick of a line there. That's too thick. Alright, let's take it even smaller and do this little rim here. The fans are wrapping it up on PC. Looking good. Now let's get highlight color. Oh, that's right, my little bar isn't working. What if I close the navigator and open it back up? Let's try that. Close, and then how do I get that back? Window, navigator. Ah, that's all I needed to do. Yay, now I have to close Photoshop. Hooray! Okay, I'll zoom in so that I can get a nice highlight color. Maybe I'll start here. See what that's like. Because the rim of the bowl is pretty bright all the way around. So we just start there, adding this color to the whole rim. Oh, that's too big. And now, see if I can get a even brighter color. It looks like right here might even be true white. It's really close to that color, but yeah, that's good. And the places I'm seeing it, maybe on the back rim here, the front rim here, in the middle toward the back again, and then along the back. So it should go. Oh, let's make this smaller again. It should go here, so it's coming out from behind the rice on both sides. And right here. And right here. Alright, what's the overall effect? Looks pretty good. We've got a little line going on right here, so I am going to pull that original color and try to soften that up. I think this is maybe right here. Okay. And we'll take a large brush. Something like that, and low opacity. Just want to soften this a little bit so it's not such a strong difference between the two colors, especially since over here that bowl is pretty light. If you're hearing some tip tapping, that's my big dog Aoife having a dream. Now let's see what the overall effect is. Now I'm seeing this really light color coming in at the bottom of the reference. So let's bring that in. I think it's reflected light from the table, since it was just on a white table. But right here, let's bring some dark in. Show the difference between the two areas on this bowl. So this should definitely be in shadow under here because it's overlaid by the upper part of the bowl, which is bigger. And we have some glow over on the side too. Well, let's make this bigger. bigger, actually. Even bigger than this. Now I feel like I want to bring back this darker color. I'm just going to keep working it until it seems right. Yeah, maybe that's just a little too strong. Passing it down. Getting there. That's pretty soft for the shading. I just need to bring this dark color a little bit farther back over to the left side. Oh, it looks pretty good. I like it. Alright, I think the bowl part is done. So now let's do the rice. I'm not sure how I want to do it because unlike the chia seeds where I could just do I think I'm gonna have to draw individual pieces of rice or something. How can I do this? I don't want to have to do that. That's annoying. But I've drawn individual shapes already. Oh, what do I do? Maybe I'll have some on a second layer. And then I will do the rest underneath with more general techniques instead of drawing each individual grain of rice. We'll see if that works. Individual rice, and we're going to clip it. So I guess I will use a different color just so that, well, we'll see if I can select a different color. Let's select this one first so that we can see it. I said I didn't like this wheel, but I'm starting to get used to it. This wheel here that if you select one color, then that color goes on the bottom, and that's your selected color, and then you can compare your next color to that one. I didn't like that, but I think I just wasn't used to it, and now I'm starting to like that because it is faster. Okay, so no, I gotta change my settings. put it back up to 100. So now I'm just trying to draw individual grains of rice. These are going to sit on top, and hopefully they will be enough. Oops, outside the lines there. It will be enough so that I don't have to draw 200 grains of rice or however many is in this bowl here. I'm focusing on the rice that's outlined from the line work, but I'll also add some that are not outlined so that it hopefully will blend nicely with a underlayer that is just colored in shapes instead of individual items. And if that doesn't make sense yet, hopefully it will as I continue doing this. The principle I'm trying to use here is the same as when drawing hair on characters, basically. Any human, animal with hair, etc. You don't draw each individual strand of hair. Instead, you look for overall shapes, clumps of shadow and light. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So let's add a few more pieces of rice. We want some overlapping. We don't want it to all be perfectly separate from one another. This is actually looking pretty good. Maybe this is just how I can do it, layer by layer. So overall, look at this effect. So maybe yay, I found the answer. I'm so happy. This is how I can do it. Wonderful. Okay, so for now, this individual rice layer that I've named it, I'm going to name it something else, but I'm just going to do a bunch of layers, I think. But let's do the same thing as before with the stroke, because I know I've gone out of the lines. And when you clip, it always clips to the very base layer. So this individual rice layer is not clipped to the rice layer. The individual rice and the rice layers are both clipped to the base color layer, and that's why I need to erase some away, because it's not going to magically disappear anywhere that the bowl still is. Hopefully that makes sense. It's not the end of the world if the color sticks out, but I don't want it to be distracting. That's what I'm looking for. Is it distracting? Is it sticking out so much that it's a distraction? Okay, so let's just turn that layer off instead of throwing it away because I keep using it. So let's make another layer, and instead of individual rice, I'm calling this highlight 1. And now this new layer I'm making, this will be shadow 1. So let's pick a shadow color. Wait, I gotta get on a brush tool. Let's pick a shadow color. This looks like a great shadow color right here. And let's just make these same shapes, but in areas where we're seeing shadows. So like along this line, over here, right here. Oh, blast it. It didn't actually select the color. Come on, select this awesome dark brown color here. Look at that. It's so rich and yummy looking. erase that there, but I might do more layers of color than I normally do, just because of the way this coloring technique is working. It seems like having an even wider variety of shadow and highlight colors would be really useful. But we'll call this good for shadow 1. So next color, actually let's go back to highlight 1 and erase some of these are sticking out beyond the black outlines. Was that it? A little bit there. Right, that's all I'm seeing right now, so not saying there's not more, but that's just what I'm seeing. Let's erase this one. Pull this effects layer down onto shadow 1 so we can look for any more areas where it's sticking out beyond the, whoa, wrong side of my stylus. Oh, but I don't want to erase that far. If I erase so far that the green line goes inside the black line, that means that this dark brown color is going to be too far away from that edge. There. Okay, so next color. Let's do highlight 2, do an even brighter highlight. Oops. I'm having to type with a single finger with my keyboard sideways. That's how it's able to fit with my tablet. My tablet's in front of me. My keyboard is to my right and turned long ways. Okay, so let's pick a really nice bright highlight color. Look at that. We can just pop it right on top of these other ones too. The highlight 1. Oh, let's make sure to clip this as well. And I'm really seeing this up along the top here and mostly on the left side. There's a little touch over here, so let's do one here. A little touch on the right side, but they're mostly on the left side of this bowl of rice. It's highlighted pieces of rice. We won't do it here because this lip of this bowl might be blocking the light. We'll do them on this side. Yeah, this is looking really good. I'm so happy. I was not sure how I was going to manage to draw this without individually, carefully drawing so many pieces of rice. I'm still making a lot of marks, but I'm able to do it much more freely than I feared. And yes, I feared, because drawing this many individual pieces of rice is not an appetizing prospect. This is looking really good. Let's go to... So I've got shadow 1. I feel like I want a mid-tone, so I'm actually going to create mid 1. And the color I want is actually a little darker than the base color, but something like this. I think it's darker anyway. And I'm seeing a lot of it over here. So I'm just going to add these in here. And yep, going outside the edges, it's okay. I'm going to add some over here, but not too many. Since the light is coming from this side, there shouldn't be as much dark areas. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, let's erase. Let's see. Did I? Yeah, I got that one. I don't think I put this effects layer on the highlight too, so let's do that real quick. Alright, I didn't do it because there was no place to worry about, but let's put this on the mid one, because I definitely have some areas where I've gone out. Oh, sweet. Turn this off. Let's make... So there is a slightly darker shadow color, but I kind of want to wait until the very last part to do that. Let's just do it now. Let's do it now. That's what's on my mind, so let's just do it. We'll call this Shadow 2. And actually, let's make it... I was going to put it on top of Shadow 1. I think maybe it should go below it. So let's pull this really super dark color. I think I gotta zoom in to really get the... It's like all like this color. Yeah. Super, super dark. And it's just in a couple little small places. Like right here. I'm gonna put one here. Touch there. Make this one bigger. Okay, that's good enough for now. Might come in and put more on in a second. I want to put another mid-tone on here first. Let's go back to the mid layer. Which color was this one? That color. Do I want a lighter or darker color than this? I think darker. So we're gonna go here. Mid 2. I decided darker because I feel like we have a nice transition from the lightest color to this darkest mid-tone that we currently have, the only mid-tone that we currently have. But from this mid-tone to the next darkest color is a pretty big jump. So I'd like to find a color that's in between that to be a bridge. I'm not sure what, maybe something like this. Actually, let me choose this color. Oh yeah, that is darker. Okay, so that I can compare. Yeah, let's try this, excuse me, as a bridge. Oh, you know what though? It is exactly break time. So, instead of that, let us get up, have a stretch, a little walk around, maybe some water. Give the eyes and mind a break. Get my stuff back where it's easier for me to change stuff. Oh, Eva's having a stretch. Okay, I am going to put my Be Right Back sign on. I hope everybody else will also take the opportunity to take a little break. I'll be back in 5 minutes. everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. I got some nice stretching in. I also finished my Soylent shake and got some water. Let's see. Get my stuff put back on the mouse. Oh, I just pressed my keyboard. I don't know what that did. That doesn't look like it ruined anything. Hopefully not. Okay. Alright, pulling my tablet back down into my lap. Let me see this really small. Yeah, we just gotta get a little bridge here between this really dark color and the color next to it. So, yeah, didn't put anything in there yet. Oh, right, it's off. So I'm just gonna place this near areas that already have the darker brown color. Hopefully this will be a nice transition. But we can also have it elsewhere here and there, so it's not only in that one spot. Might just have to edit the layer a little bit. I did pull this color from here, from the reference image. He was doing a big sigh. What does she look like on camera? I see it flopped over there. Oh, Chappie's barely out of the camera. You can see your face though. It's starting to look pretty good. Maybe I just need a third color in the middle. So we've got this one and this one, and we want one in between, so we're going to call this mid 1.5. Maybe I'll even use this background color. No, it's still, I need one in between the background color and the orangey brown that I picked. So let's pick another. What's this yellow I'm seeing? Maybe this yellowish color I'm seeing when we go. Wait, let me choose that brown so it'll show up there. It's like, oh, didn't actually choose it. Choose the brown, please. Okay, thank you. Now, yeah, something like this, or this one. Let's try this yellowish color. We haven't included any of this. So mid 1.5. Where's it going to show up? Show up here. Okay. I'm liking this quite a bit. This is looking really good. How does it look like small? Maybe this is satisfactory. Kind of feel like I want a little overlay layer to bring it all together. Because now it looks so different. Instead of looking like, so here it kind of just looks like one big mass of stuff, but here it's looking a little bit disjointed. So I'm going to see what happens if I put a, I'm just going to call this mask, and then we'll choose that base rice color. If I can find a swatch of it to tap. Okay, there we go. Oh, brilliant idea. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to do that. Just do this. There. We'll delete the mask layer. Delete layer, and yes, and we'll rename this one to mask. Enter. Unlock the pixels. Oh, shoot. Okay, this one. Hold on. I gotta reclip all this stuff. So shift and clip. There we go. So now we have this mask layer. I'll just try first just putting it down to like 45. Oh, let's turn all these back on. 45 is what I clicked on. Oh! Oh, this is... So, I put it on 45%. Let's see if doing any of these... I can never remember what this is called. It's called something. It's called a multiplication mask or something. I can't remember. Anyway, see how they... Oh, lighter color is kind of nice. Overlay. Oh no. Soft light. Whoa, no. Saturation. Makes it kind of dark. Color. Ooh, no, see. No, I think just normal is nice. Maybe just turning it down a tad bit. So here's the difference. Yeah, it just kind of marries the colors a little bit so that it looks more like the reference, a big blob of the same thing, but it's a bunch of the little bitty bits of the same thing. So, yay! I think that's good for the rice. That said, now that I have this mask on top, I feel like adding one more highlight layer on top of that. Call it rice highlight. Just so we can bring back a couple little pops. Did I spell highlight correctly? Ah, I did press something wrong. I added a 9. There. Some of these areas where there were... Hold on, I gotta turn my overhead light off. It wasn't bothering me, but now it's reflecting. It wasn't bothering me before, so maybe I put my tablet down at a different angle. Oh, that's so much better. It was reflecting on the screen, so I couldn't really see. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to grab a highlight color from the reference. Add this one. Something like that. I think I selected. I don't think it did actually. There we go. Now it did. You can tell that it did because that little circle pops up and shows you the color. Alright, so we just want maybe like right here. Right here, this one. I'll do this one. Just looking for the few areas where there's a really strong highlight. Of course, there's a lot more over on this side where the light source is coming from. that's good. Okay, let's save. I haven't saved in a long time. Never thought I'd do a bunch of chibi food. I like them though. Okay, so let's do this effects layer. I don't remember which ones I've done and which ones I haven't, so I'm just going to apply it to everything. Here we go. Go up to 100, please. Thank you. Oh, alright. It's not erasing. Oh, because I'm not actually on that layer. Okay. I put the effects layer on that layer, but that didn't mean it got selected. Boop. And, oh, it's sticking out over here too. There we go. Okay, move this up. Made 1.5. Is this sticking out a little bit here? Just a tiny bit. That's good. Okay. Made one I already did. Highlight one. Nothing's sticking out too bad. We'll leave that. Highlight two. That's alright. And alright, the mask should be fine because it's exactly the same size as the rice. And then rice highlight. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but just so that it visually seems in order here, I'm going to clip it to all of this stuff. Nice. So, next, we're going to do the eyes layer, which is just plain old pure white. The reason being, when this gets resized to something like 27 pixels, I want these eyes to stand out as much as possible. So I need it to be a really stark contrast. Don't want them to get lost. So this black and white contrast here is going to be really strong, even when it's a teeny, teeny, tiny icon. That's all I have to do for the eyes. Next, the blushies. Oh, and this is, no wait, then we go, do the blushies. No, let's wait on the blushies. Because the blushies is the funnest part. So I want to save it for last. What I'm going to do next is color the lines. And then we'll be done. Oh, I didn't take this effects layer off. There we go. So to color the lines, what I do is take the darkest color. So I guess it would be this brown. And then make it even darker to be a line color. Because I like the outline look. I just want to soften it up and make it easier on the eye. And first I start, so I got my lines layer. I'm going to lock the pixels. First I start by using a huge brush and just filling everything in with this color except the two eyes and the mouth. And that's for that same reason that I mentioned just a minute ago. I want that really strong contrast on the eyes so that the face stands out really strongly even when it's teeny tiny. I'm just going over it really well, make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm just going to color all of this, and this already looks really good just being this dark brown color. But we're going to take it farther. I'll start with the bowl because that's going to be easiest. I think the bowl can probably just be one color all the way around. We'll see though. So now we're going to take the darkest color on the bowl and do the same thing with the color picker. Choose a much darker color to be a line color and color it in. And I'll have to zoom in a second so that I can get more precise without coloring in that dark brown that I want to keep. Make this trying my best to avoid any areas where the rice is, because that should remain that darker color, at least till I come in and do a little more variation in the line color around the rice. But coloring the lines also helps add differentiation between the different elements in this piece. So before, this was just all black lines, but now we have a sort of brownish gray line that represents the edge of the bowl, and that's next to this dark brown rice line that represents the rice. So that's another reason why I started coloring my lines. Let's save. Even though at first, when it was suggested to me, I was all stubborn and like, no, I like black lines like manga. But this isn't manga. This is a very colorful digital piece for online use. So my mind grew eventually. It became open to different ideas. Okay, so here we've got some lines next to this color. So I want to create a line color based on that one. So we want it dark enough, but see, like this dark brown is just such a huge contrast. We want it to be a little more subtle. Thinking about whether I want. Let's just leave it and see what it looks like. I was thinking about whether I wanted to leave that. I put this here, but I feel like this other one in front needs a stronger line. So I'm actually just going to use this color here. I'm looking at the whole piece over in the Navigator too. And it's cool because putting this lighter color is helping the rice back here stand back behind this rice next to it. So I like that idea, and I'm going to try and get that over here too, so that we're getting dimension just from coloring the lines on the rice. Like that. Now we've got darker ones here. So let's create a line color based on this darker color. And like that. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I need to bring this color back. Right there. And here at this transition point, I'm going to get my pastel brush back. Let's make it smaller though. There we go. So we can create a little bit of transition. There we go. Something like that. We'll just go back and forth until we've got a nice... Yeah, that's good. Over here, let's make a color based on this one, so it'll be darker. Let's see what this looks like if we do this one. Oh, I don't need this brush anymore. We can go back to the regular old hard round pressure size brush. Let's see what this looks like. Color this whole segment in. Just like around there for now. Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, we're gonna go with this. Zoom in a little bit so I can get more precision around here. Nice. And then here, you might transition to a lighter color. So we come up higher, we're getting lighter. More light is hitting the rice. But we are on the back side of the rice here, so go right to that point. And maybe even over here too. And then we'll have a lighter color here on the top there. And then that'll be nice. Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay. So up to here. And so now, well, maybe we just use this color again. This is very similar. Very similar look here. And we're going to do that same thing with the pastel brush. Just work back and forth between the two colors. And maybe even bring this in more, because these are all pretty light here. Okay, this one, I'm going to take this all the way over here, then get this color back in, do this. Back to the hard round pressure size brush. But now I've got to make this a little smoother, so we will, whoops, wrong button. Go back to the pastel brush for a sec. Okay, back to hard round pressure size. Continue filling these in. I'll fill them all in with this color and then see where it looks like maybe it would be better to go to a darker color. Here's where I might like a lighter color. So we had this same effect over here with this darker one being closer. But since this is on the brighter side of the rice, it might be nice to actually have a lighter line color here than what's over on the other side. So we're going to choose that color and let's get a line color from this. These are pretty similar, but oh yeah, that's lighter. So let's see what this looks like. I'm just avoiding these areas where I need to do precision lines, because there's no point putting all that effort in if I'm just going to color it in a different color in a second anyway. But I am liking this so far. So what if I get this back? Get the, no, not the chunky charcoal. Pastel Palooza. These, alliteration brushes. Color back. Nice transition area. Yeah. Okay, I actually like this a lot. So I want to bring this color into some other areas over here, like here. Because when I look over here at the navigator, you can really see the effect of it looking like it's lighter overall, even though all I'm coloring is the lines. So maybe right about here we'll do a little transition with the pastel brush. lighter color? I am, sweet. I'm gonna put that right here. Purposefully using the pastel brush now because this is a transition area here. As we're moving from left to right, it's getting darker on this rice bowl. So I feel like having some mix between that darker outline color and the color I'm currently using would be nice to help with that transition. And like right here, we've got a really bright highlight, so we can enhance that with a little lighter line. So we're getting a sense of shading and highlight the direction of the light from the lines themselves as well. In fact, let's do the same thing the other way round. Take this darker color and add it some places, especially areas where we're close to these really dark brown colors. Wait, I don't want to do that because it's going on to the other line. Don't actually like it on that line right here. Maybe I'll just change that line itself. I'm going to unlock the pixels. See if I just erase this line a little bit. Okay. Smooth this out so it's round. Yeah. Okay, now lock the pixels again. Go back to my brush. Let's try it again. That's pretty good. Now I just remembered there's these lines over here that I need to finish up. I hadn't decided what color I wanted them to be yet. But now I'm happy with the color, so I just got to finish these edges so that they're nice and clean. Let's save. That was a lot of work. Oh, I really like it, and I love that texture. I love using that pastel brush. Okay. I am ready, finally, to add the blushies. My favorite part. So we're going to take this, take it down to the reds, get a nice pink color. See, we'll start with this color, see what we think. I'm going to start with the soft round pressure size, make it absolutely humongo. Okay, maybe not that big. Yeah, I think that's good. And we do want to clip this layer because I don't want the blushies to go outside of the bowl. They're supposed to be on the bowl. And also I just don't want that shining outside because I want all the pixels outside of the main area of this figure to be empty for the sake of the icons that it's going to eventually become. So let's see. Opacity we want way down, and flow, I wish flow wouldn't always go down. I feel like it didn't always go down to 90 when I chose a brush, but it does now. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to turn this. There we go. Okay. So far I like the color. I'm just going to keep building it up. It's just like doing actual blush makeup. You just keep building it up. Although I kind of feel like I actually put some more toward the middle. And I think I'll erase it down here where it's getting onto this bottom part, but overall, it looks pretty good. Well, something about it is bothering me. Maybe I gotta go back to the beginning. Maybe I need to not start so big. We'll start smaller. Oh yeah. Moving it off to the side is helping. Yes. Okay, now we make it smaller. Let's keep building it up. I like to build it up really close to the eye. And let's make it even redder as we get closer to the eye too. Not darker though, more vibrant. That's pretty good, but it doesn't seem to match. Right next to the eye. 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 Oh, that's good. Let's minus it. See what it looks like. We make it real small. Oh, it's so cute. Yay. It seems like the right hand side doesn't have as much blush, but maybe that's because it's light on light instead of light on dark as it is over there. Wonder if I change the way it's overlay. Ooh, look, it becomes a rainbow. That's more subtle. Hard mix basically becomes white. Whoa! It becomes a zombie bowl. Hue. Yeah, I think it's just because it's a light color on top of a light color. So that's not really helping. Alright, what if I just add a little bit more on this side? But then it doesn't seem even when it's close up. Dang it. Oh, that's good enough. Oh, look at it. It's so cute. Save. It's so cute. Yay! Okay, saved it. Oh, I remember. There was something else I wanted to do and I couldn't remember. But I remembered. I wanted to make sure to clean up any of this blushies that got down below here, because this is way under the bowl. It's supposed to be way under the bowl. It's like this foot. So make sure there's no blush down here. In fact, bring this effects layer onto it. Turn it on. Yeah, I almost got it. Just a little bit right there. Sweet. Turn that off. Although, I kind of want to put it on these other layers I've done. Can't remember if I put it on here. Maybe that's where I got it from. Alright, I think we're totally done with that. And I think we're totally done with this rice. Ah, it's so cute. Cute little rice bowl. Oh, look at it. Oh, there's still more stuff we can do with it, like save it and put it on Twitch. So let me put my tablet monitor Cintiq 31 or whatever it is. I don't know what it actually is. And move my keyboard back in front of me because it's way easier to do this with the keyboard. Take my drawing glove off. It's starting to get a little bit warm in here. My hand is threatening to sweat in my glove, and I don't really want that. Okay. Just my monitor is facing me good. There. Good. Alright, we've got 15 minutes. It seems like a great amount of time to save this. So we've saved. Let's see, ref. We don't need the ref anymore. I'm just going to take this and copy them. And then we're going to. No, not. Merge layers. There we go. We're going to call this final. And then we're going to show hide all other layers so that we're just looking at this. And it gets real quick, just in case I miss something. Let's add that style one more time, that stroke style. Okay, good. There's no stray pixels. Cancel that. So now we just need to. We don't need this anymore. Open and visual art, artwork, projects, custom subscriber, food badges. There's 2 I need. Final badges and vegan emoji. Oops, wrong thing. Control. Oops, there. These are the 2 files that I want to get it into. So here's the chia seeds that we finished, I think, last week. We're just going to drag this final layer. So we'll start with final badges. It's huge. Control T to transform. Take this down to 10% for now. Oh, look how cute it is, all pixely. This is so cute. Okay, make this smaller. And last time, I had the brilliant idea of actually creating guides so that I wouldn't have to keep sizing it up next to previous food badges because they're not all square. In fact, I don't think any of them are exactly square, although this one looks pretty close actually. As you can see, it's going to be, if you look at the dark blue line, it's going to be sticking out a little bit too far. So we're actually, it's really close to square, but it's not 100% square. It's mostly square. So we're trying to drag that in and double click to apply it. Control all to select all. Did that work? I don't think it did. No, it did. You can see because the marquee is going around the edge. Then choose the move tool, then these center buttons so that it's centered. Deselect, turn off the chia seeds layer, but copy the layer style and paste it. There it is. Let's rename this actually to brown rice. Makes me want brown rice. But tonight is ramen night. Yay! Friday is my ramen night, almost always. Oh, it doesn't quite center. It's against this line, but there's an extra pixel here, but it can't really go only half a pixel, so it's just gonna have to be like that. It just be like that. Okay. Minus down to 100. So tiny. Oh, it looks really good. I don't know if it looks like rice to other people, but it looks like some sort of food. So now we will save the file. We're saving the PSD file right now. And then save a copy. And we want ping so that it's transparent. And I'm just going to, let's see, not vegan emoji. This is the final badges, so we're going to do this one. We're going to click it, not to save over it, but to just populate that file name field so that all we have to do is change things instead of typing the whole thing. So we save that. Now we got to resize it, and I need to look at that file because I don't have these sizes memorized. It's too many numbers. My brain doesn't do that well with numbers. I can do numbers, but I have to think really hard, so it's way easier if I just go in here, find my projects folder, and then look at the file name. So the next size I need to go down to is 36 pixels. Image size 36, and save a copy. And we want ping. And then we can just click that brown rice file name that we just made and change 72 to 36. And then the final size is 18. 18 pixels. Super tiny. It's ridiculous. Look at it over here. I can't even tell what it is anymore. Oh, save a copy. And that amuses me every single time. I never get tired of it being so ridiculously small. Okay, brown rice. And we'll just change it to 18. Okay, so the next thing I always do is go back in the history from the image size change and then save the PSD. Because I don't want it to save the Photoshop document that tiny, because I'll lose all of the pixel information if I do that. So now it's safe, and in fact I can close it. Yay! So now it's safe. So now I'm going to pull this brown rice over to the vegan emoji file. Huh, I feel like it's got yellow. Why is the color different? RGB. 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 I don't know why the color looks different. That's weird. Maybe it'll look alright once I zoom out. 50. Still doesn't quite look right, but I'm going to do what I did before. Get it to fit within these guides, these cyan colored guides. Of chia seeds. Control all to center. Yeah, this one's brighter. Why? What's the difference? I don't like this. Does that mean my chia seeds saved all dark and weird too? What is going on here? Both say RGB color, 8 bits channel. What? There's got to be some other thing that I'm not noticing. What about... Why is it like... Am I going to have to resave all of these items here because of that? Oh man, I hope not. Hope not. But this is the same. I don't get it. RGB. Is there some other... File info? Oh, that's just like metadata. No. It's under edit? Did I do something weird over here that it just... No? What? Why does stuff like this always happen to me? It's because I'm not a Photoshop expert. So when random stuff happens... Oh, presets. No. Color settings. North America General Purpose 2. Alright, what's this one then? Let's see. So now I've found a thing. Color settings. Well, it's the same. The heck? How can I check this? SWAP V2 sRGB. Okay, let's see what this other one was. Oh, why does this happen to me? This is the same. Adobe Relative Colorimetric. Why? Adobe Relative. Okay, that looks like black point compensation. Use dither. It looks the same. Why does it look different in the files? Like, this is clearly less saturated and more yellow. Use black point, use dither. Were those clicked on the other one? And this one says blend text colors using gamma 1.45. Let's see. Yep, those are clicked. This is the same. What if I click OK? And what if I click OK on that over here? So all these are the same. So why is the color different? Alright, I'm gonna have to Google this. Color is different in files, Photoshop. I don't know how to search for this. Files, Photoshop, color profile is same. Same color looks different in my two documents. It's the same RGB values can appear differently in different color spaces. Maybe this is the answer. It's from 2017. The only answer is make a new document. Assign the same profile. sRGB and Adobe RGB. Edit color settings. It sounds like I need to make a new file. Let's try it. New. What was this? 1,000 by 1,000? And this is not how I thought the end of my stream would go. Whose size is 1,000 by 1,000? File new. Come on, man. Select that, please. Thank you. Oh, this is 300 pixels per inch. But I'm making this for web, so I don't need it to be so big, I don't think. Oh, but I don't know. Yeah, I've got the original, so we'll just make it web resolution. RGB color, yes. 8-bit, check. Adobe RGB, maybe that's it. Working RGB is what I've been selecting. So let's see if that makes a difference. What if I drag, okay, Control D. What if I drag all this stuff over here? It's still yellow. So maybe this one is Adobe RGB. which looks much more vibrant. Save changes, no. Let's try a new one. 1,000. Wait, that's 100. 1,000. And we're gonna just do 75. Oops. Jeez. 72, not 75. Now, if we leave it at Adobe RGB, let's see. I drag these over here. Does it change it back? That's it. It's the Adobe RGB versus working RGB. I shouldn't use working RGB. Adobe RGB is more vibrant, which is what I like. So can I change this? Color settings. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh, here it is. Oh, they can fix it. Ah, joy. I don't understand why the color settings just aren't the same across all my files. It stopped setting it. That's why. It stopped setting it on its own. And then I had to start picking stuff, and I guess I'm not being consistent or something. Or sometimes it's setting it and sometimes it's not. I don't know, but I don't need this now because I figured this one out. Wait. Save changes. No. Whew. Yogata. But I bet that means I gotta resave all of these. But I won't do it on stream. In fact, we've only have a couple minutes left, so I'll leave this because what I'd like to do, my final thing on stream, is upload to Twitch so that everyone can see that the new badge is there and it's available. So let me open a new Twitch tab and navigate to Creator Dashboard. I think it's under, I'm getting better at finding it, monetization, subscriptions. Subscriber badges, yay! Okay, gonna drag this over here so you can see. Shoop. Shoop. Resizing it. You know what, whatever, I'm just gonna make it all big. Okay. Now, yes, it's the 1.5 year badge. Brown rice, 1.5 years. So we just gotta upload those 3 sizes. So small. You need so small brown rice. Okay. Oh, I just realized it didn't actually make a new Twitch tab, apparently. I just opened it. Or, oh, I think I searched. Yeah. I didn't have the chat up anymore. Because I searched in the chat window. I mean, not in the chat like I'm talking in the chat, but... Alright. Yay! And this looks like the right color, so... I think that one has... At least these ones, I don't think I need to go back and resave. So badge flare, yes, so it will have this cute flare on it. So let's upload. Yes, confirming I own all rights to the images. As I always say, I have video footage to prove it. Ah, and there you can see, covered with hearts. Or one little heart for tier 2 and tier 3 subscribers. Yay! Ah, perfect timing. We're 1 minute over stream time. We figured out the mystery of this file. So, let's call that good today. I think I'm not going to raid today because I want to go through and resave all these since they were not the right color profile, so they were all dull, which I didn't notice until the brown rice. So, I'm going to call that good today. I'll be back next week on Friday. Or, well, I will be back on Friday, but I'm going to be back sooner than that. On Wednesday, I'll be back on Wednesday to resume work and probably finish my Summer Griffin greeting card illustration. So I hope to see you then. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you for watching.